Elk-hair caddis. Step 1.
For this fly, we're going to use a standard number 12 dry fly hook and some 6/0 black tying thread. We want to make sure that we cover the whole hook shank with some thread. So we've got a good solid base to tie in our body on. Now we're going to use some gold or copper fine solid wire, which is going to help rib our fly and add to the durability.
Step 2.
Now we're going to use a dry fly quality brown hackle to match the size of the hook that we're using, which is a number 12. And we're going to tie it in by the tip and with the bottom side of the hackle facing up. You can see that there. We're using the bottom facing up. Trim that tip off just to get out of the very thin, brittle portion of the quill.
Step 3.
Now for the body, this is some olive superfine. And again, this fly can be tied in many different colors. What we want to do is make sure that the dubbing's nice and tight. We want a tight body on this fly. Get that tip of the dubbing noodle nice and tight. Each time tightening up on our dubbing in order to keep it from creating too much bulk and too much loose body.
So you see you're pushing it down after every wrap. Does it just form it better?
It just helps pull the dubbing a little bit tighter with each wrap. And here, because it's super fine, the fibers are quite long, we can actually tie it off and trim it as opposed to a, say, seal or rabbit. I want to leave a bit of space at the head.
Step 4.
Now what we're going to do is take and wrap our hackle down the length of the body. And more than likely you're going to get probably 5 to 6 wraps of hackle in there. Want to leave a bit of a space there at the head, because that is where we're going to tie in our wing. And we don't want to crowd the hook eye too much. We want to make sure all those fibers are tied down nice and neat. There's that space we were talking about earlier.
So that's about 1/8 of an inch there, it looks like.
Somewhere in around there.
Step 5.
Now we're going to take and reverse wrap our wire. And this is to help reinforce the fly because the hackle's quite brittle. And with 1 or 2 fish, it could quite easily break. Trim that off. And trim off the top of hackles on our fly so that our wing will lay in nice and neat. Get rid of those odds and ends.
Step 6.
Now for the wing, we're going to use some elk hair. And we're going to take this and clean up all those butt ends, get rid of all that underfur to get it ready for stacking.
Is there an advantage to using elk hair as opposed to deer hair?
Elk hair is, it stacks nicer and it's quite a bit more durable than deer hair, although deer hair may float a little bit better. It definitely will make your fly last longer using elk hair.
Mm-hmm.
You can see the real nice natural curve to this. And with time you'll get used to the right size of clump of hair to tie in for each size of fly. You can see that the tips of the wing match up with the very end of the fly. And this is where we want to use a secure amount of thread just to get that, to prevent it from spinning, because if any point it'll spin, this is going to be it. See, we're going to leave a little bit of butt sticking out there. This will help float the fly and give it a bit of a head as well. Kind of hold those out of the way. There you go. You can see now what you're trying to achieve.
Step 7.
Now for the final step, we're going to whip finish, making sure we don't get any of those elk hair butts tied into our head. There you go.
Again, would you want to glue this, or is it fine the way it is?
No, it would be a really good idea to glue this, both at the base of the wing and the head.
Mm-hmm.
Step 8.
There we go.
And now we're going to glue it. This will help from keeping it from sliding around as well. It's an excellent caddis pattern and can also be used as a mayfly in the smaller sizes.